How's it going, everybody? So I'm back again with another review because I did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse earlier today, but this time around we're doing the other Haley Steinfeld-led film, and it's Bumblebee. I think at this point a lot of people are just kind of sour towards the Transformers franchise as a whole just because of all the Michael Bay films kind of getting worse and worse as the franchise went on. But, you know, Michael Bay's not directing this one. This time around it's Travis Knight, who's well known for directing Kubo and the Two Strings. Very underrated animated film. I definitely recommend you check that out if you haven't already. And it looks like he tried to bring new life to this, you know, going back to prequel stuff with G1 Transformers and trying to make a kind of down-to-earth, not as ridiculous or sexist, over-the-top stuff you see from a Michael Bay-led Transformers film. And yeah, I mean, the trailer looked amazing, so I was really anticipating this, actually. For the first time, I've anticipated going to see a Transformers film, probably since the original back in 2007. But without further ado, let's get right into my full thoughts about the film. I think diehard Transformers fans are really going to like this, especially the stuff with the G1 Transformers when we do get to see it, because some of that stuff is so awesome just to see, because they really kind of neglected all that stuff, because Michael Bay wasn't really that into the Transformers to begin with, so he really neglected that. But Travis Knight actually is a fan of Transformers, and you can tell just by the way this film is, with all the callbacks to the different, like I said, G1 characters and all the different Autobots, Decepticons you see, and just the little touches you see here and there from the 80s cartoon. I'm not going to spoil all of them, but there is a couple instances that are really reminiscent of the 80s movie and the cartoon, which I think you're all going to love. I loved it, even though I'm not like a huge, like, diehard fan of Transformers, but I understood the references, so they're going to be even greater to people that really love Transformers. Part of what I really liked about this compared to the Michael Bay films is this film isn't really over-bloated at all. I mean, this film clocks in a little under 2 hours, which is very short by Transformers film standards, because most of those are pushing like 2 hours, 30 minutes or more, which was absurd with all the bloated, over-the-top action scenes and exposition and military stuff, and the sex jokes and so much slow-mo, like, but they don't really do that in this movie. Like, I don't think there was any slow-mo in this film at all. I mean, there's of course a few explosions like you see in any action movie, but I mean, that comes with the territory. Where it's not, there's really not a lot of Transformers there in this film, really, because it's like Bumblebee, and you get hints of other Transformers throughout, and a couple Decepticons, but it's much more condensed compared to the Michael Bay films that have like 100 Autobots and Decepticons, and I really like that. I like the more sweet, condensed, kind of more heartfelt story we got with this, because they didn't have to go over the top. You just need a couple Transformers, some couple likable human characters. I'll go into human characters a little bit more later on, but that's all you really needed. Like, it really wasn't hard to make a good Transformers film. I think Michael Bay he doesn't like Transformers, but he can make a good action film, so he kind of just said, screw it. I'm not sure if this is really a hot take or not, but I think I enjoyed Haley Steinfeld more in the lead role in this film than Shia LaBeouf as the lead character in the first 3 Transformers films. I mean, obviously she's much better than Mark Wahlberg in the last 2. But yeah, I mean, she was just a really great, well-rounded character that was given a lot of depth. I mean, she obviously has her backstory where she, you know, lost her dad, and she, you know, she's obviously not getting along with her family. She just turned 18, wants a car, and then she bonds with Bumblebee. Like, it really was a heartfelt story I wasn't expecting. I guess maybe because my expectations were a little low just because of how bad a lot of the Transformers were with character development. But she was such an awesome character, because not only was she, you know, had some heart and feelings and all that, but, you know, she wasn't overly sexualized or sexualized at all, really. I mean, she was kind of just like she's just like a punk rock cool mechanic for the most part, and I thought that was awesome, that she just was a really badass chick that was just doing her thing, you know? I wasn't too big a fan of her semi-friend / love interest in the film named Mimo. I forget the name of the actor, but he was one of the main guys in Love, Simon. I really didn't, like, I just wasn't really into his character. I never bought, like, their chemistry. I never really found him to be that funny. That could just be my personal taste, but I never really enjoyed him all that much. But I don't know. When you see the film, let me know if you actually even liked his character or not. But I wasn't a big fan. Did like John Cena, though, as like this typical military guy that's pretty much in every Transformers film at this point. But it was John Cena, and he did a good job. I mean, John Cena's not really a bad actor. He played the part of the straight man well, because that's kind of what John Cena does in a lot of movies. There are a few negatives to this film. I mean, the military in this are complete idiots. For some reason, they don't realize the Decepticons are bad, even though John Cena tries to help them realize that they probably aren't to be trusted because they're named Decepticons. I mean, that was kind of obvious. I mean, I was on John Cena's side for that. How did they not realize that they had some devious plans? But not only that, but the actual Decepticons that are in this film kind of were underwhelming to me, unfortunately. I didn't realize that they were actually voiced by Angela Bassett and Justin Theroux until I looked afterward at the movie. But they were kind of not memorable. I mean, they kind of were just there, and because when you need a bad guy in the movie, and they had a very simple plot, and they didn't really do anything. They didn't really have much character. They didn't really have any personality, really. One just liked to kill people, and the other one was just smart. But, I mean, I didn't expect too much from them. They do have really great battles when they do fight Bumblebee, but other than that, they really didn't feel that spectacular. But hopefully they can just go up from here as far as villains go if they make more films. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed Bumblebee. It's probably my favorite of the Transformers films now, just because it's a much more condensed, heartfelt, fun action story, and I like the characters, and I like Bumblebee a lot. And yeah, I mean, it's probably the best well-made, and I think it's the least expensive of the franchise as well. I mean, I guess maybe that's why there's not as many Autobots and Decepticons in there, but I feel like this was the best one. I mean, I feel like this trumps all of the Michael Bay ones. So if you like the Transformers, especially the original cartoon and all that, you're going to love this film. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the film when you check it out. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were some of your favorite moments, if you have any? But yeah, thanks so much for checking out my little review for Bumblebee. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give a like. Also, hit that subscribe button to keep updated with my movie reviews, trailer reactions, unboxings, and more. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.